Chapter 4 connects 4.3 Parabola Part 1. Parabola has many important applications. It can form a parabolic antenna or parabolic microphone. This is the example of parabolic form of antenna, such as the astro, a radio, and the others related example. By the end of the lesson, we hope that students can know how to determine the equation of parabola with the components vertex and focus. Let us take a look what is the parabola. From the definition, a parabola can also be defined a locus of points which are equal distance from a given point and also a given line. For example, look like this diagram. So this is the curve of parabola, or maybe we can call it as open upward. It can be open downward, it can be open to the left, and it also can open to the right. How we know that it's like a locus? We can take a look at the following video. We try to drag the points on the parabola and observe the distance d from the focus to the curve. So what did you notice from the movement? You will find that no matter how we move the point P, the distance from the point F and point Q is always equal distance. So now when we put it as a vertex position, the distance is 3. When I move to the left hand side, you will find that the distance is increasing consistently from the given point and the given straight line. The given point we call it focus, and the given line we call it directrix. So just now I did mention about the parabola can be open, left, right, up and down. How we make a differences between all these graphs? Let us take a look at the standard formula of parabola. We have two types. One is parallel with the x-axis and the other one is parallel with the y-axis. As we know that it looks like a quadratic form. So quadratic form means that one of the variable will be in square. For example, when it's parallel to the x-axis, the formula of the parabola is the following. Okay, so the y, when we square it, it will give you a parabola which is open left or open right based on the p values. So when the p greater than 0, it will open to the right, and also the other way around. And why we say that it's a parallel to the x-axis? Because x-axis is horizontal line. So when we put a horizontal line at the vertex, you will find that we can make it become half. Same goes to the other one. When the x is square form, it will be open upward when the p greater than 0 and open downward when the p less than 0. And parallel with the y-axis, so a vertical line, when we cut at the vertex, it will cut the graph become to half. So how are we going to find the vertex, focus, and also the directrix of the following parabola? And also we have to know how to sketch a graph. So firstly, we need to know that which formula that we should choose. So from this question, we know that we must let the square form as a subject. So we try to rearrange it, the x squared as a subject. So you get that it's x squared equals to 8y. So by comparing with these two formula, you will find that it's equivalent to this because the x in square form. And at the same time, when we're doing the comparison, we will find that the h is equals to 0, k equals to 0. This will give us the information the vertex is at the origin 0, 0. And how about the next component, focus? So the focus, it will be comparing the 8 with 4p. So the values of p is a positive 2. It will give us the information it will be open upward. When it is open upward, we know that this is the vertex and the point in front of it, it will be the focus. Okay, this will be the focus. And the focus is a p distance. So now you take a look. Okay, between the vertex and also the focus, the y coordinate is changing. Therefore, the focus is h, k plus p. So at the same time, the given straight line, it will become a directrix y equals to k minus p. Okay, so we try to substitute the values of h, k and p to obtain the coordinate of focus and also the equation straight line of directrix. So the answer it will be, so this one it will be h is a 0. So just now the k is 0 as well, so automatically the coordinate is 0, 2. This is the focus. And the directrix line, it will become y equals to negative 2. So lastly, how we sketch a graph. Okay, so just now this one is just a draft graph. Okay, you just need to sketch is an open upward. Since you found that the vertex is at the origin, so you can straight away draw the x-axis and also the y-axis. Okay, do not forget to label the three components, which is the vertex, focus. So this focus just now is 2, 0, 2. And the directrix line, we will draw as a dotted line and label the equation y equals to negative 2. Okay, y equals to negative 2. So this is the first A. Let us take a look question B. So now we know that the variable y in square form. So we have to compare with the y minus 2 squared equals to 4px minus h. So from here, obviously, what is the vertex? Remember, there is no center because the parabola is an open curve. Okay, it's not closed area. Okay, so the vertex, it will be 3. Okay, comparing with this. And this will be 2. So by comparing the 4p and the positive 12, 4p equals to 12. So p is equals to 3 where the value is greater than 0. So greater than 0 is either open upward or open to the right. Okay, it's open to the right. Therefore, from here, you can try to take a look. This is the directrix. This is the focus. So the differences focus and the vertex is different from the x-coordinate. So you will just write down focus is equals to, the k remain the same, but it will be plus p at the x-coordinate. So we just put it as 3 plus 3, 2. So we get that the focus is 6, 2. And do not forget about the directrix line. So now you look at your directrix line is a vertical line. So this vertical line will cut at the x-axis. So the equation will be x equals to h minus p. So which is equals to 3 minus 3, which is a 0. So how's the graph looks like? So automatic, since you know that the vertex, okay, the vertex is 3, 2. So you just label as a 3, 2. And the focus will be 6, 2. So you label it as a 6, 2. And lastly, you have to figure out where is the origin. Okay, so let us sketch a graph in the nice form, eh? Okay, so just now this is just a draft. Okay, so firstly, for sure, it start from the shape, open to the right. Okay, and this one, I'm just put a dotted line because it's a 3, 2. Okay, x is 3, y is 2, and the focus point is 6, 2. And you found that the directrix line coincident is parallel with the y-axis or equivalent to the y-axis. So you can put a vertical line and you can straight away label as a y. So now you have to figure out where is the 0, 0. So this one is x0, so y0 will be bottom. So it's around here. Okay, lastly, this is the graph of parabola for the question B. It's not that difficult. So we give it a try for the other one. Okay, so far all the example I'm giving you, the p-value is positive. So when the p-value is negative, the way we're finding the coordinate is just the same, only the graph will be open with the opposite direction. Okay, let us try the last question. So the last question, the variable x in square form, obviously we are comparing with this formula. Okay, so the vertex, we can get it easily, eh? Vertex is a 1, negative 2. And now the p is not integer anymore. 4p equals to 5. So you get that p is equals to 5 over 4, but it's still greater than 0. So obviously this is open upward. Okay, so focus. Okay, we already know about it. Since open upward, so it means the movement will be going up and down, isn't it? So it means the y coordinate with changes. H, k plus p. So it will be 1, negative 2 plus 5 over 4. So we have to simplify it. So it should be 1. So what did you get from here? It's a negative 3 over 4. And the same thing, it will become the directrix line. Remember, it's just equal distance from the focus. So the changes at the y coordinate, for sure the directrix will be y equals to k minus p. So it will become negative 2 minus 5 over 4. So at last we get is a negative 13 over 4. Okay, it's a fraction number. Okay, lastly, we just sketch a graph. Okay, it's open upward, where the vertex is a 1, negative 2, and the focus is 1, negative 3 over 4. And the directrix line, it will be, we have to label as a y equals to negative 13 over 4. Okay, so the 3 component setter, it's time for you to figure out where is the x equals to 0. So I was looking at the vertex 1, x is 1, so 0 it will be left side. Okay, and the y coordinate is negative 2, so it means that we have to going up. But going up, you remember the focus is still negative 3 something, so maybe it's around here. Okay, so you get this is the x, this is the y. Is it very simple? Okay, so if it's very simple, this is 3 basic questions. We hope that you can understand about it. And we proceed to one question when you are not given a formula, but it just given you the sentences and we have to figure out what is the meaning. So let us try to figure out what is the keyword. Okay, the only keyword you can get it from here will be the coordinate, or maybe it's the open to the left. So ask yourself, open to the left, and you have a vertex at the origin, and it will be passes through the point. So when passes through the point, it doesn't mean it must be vertex. It's any random point on the parabola. So therefore the graph, it will be looks like this. Open to the left, the origin is a 0, 0 vertex, and the negative 5, 4 is one random point on the curve. Okay, how to find the equation? So obviously by comparing this curve, we get to know that it should be x minus h squared equals to 4p y minus k, or y minus k squared equals to 4p x minus h. We only have 2 choices. Okay, so remember, open to the left. Okay, open to the left, so it will be y. Okay, should be y squared, and this is a wrong one. So as long as if you choose correctly from the beginnings, so everything becomes smooth. If we choose wrongly, it means that we will end up with the wrong concept. Okay, so when we're having this, so we just substitute the h equals to 0 and k equals to 0 because the vertex is at the origin. So we will get that y squared equals to 4px. So the problem here is x and y is a variable. The fixed point and the fixed line is determined by the values of p. So how to get the p? We need to use the only information we have here, which is x equals to negative 5, y equals to 4. So we substitute it here. We will automatically obtain the values of p. So here is given open to the left. So it means p should be negative value. So let us verify we get the p is negative by substitute this as a 4. And this is 4p times negative 5. So from here, we get that negative 20p equals to 16. So the p is equals to negative 4 over 5, which is true when p less than 0 for the formula y in the square form. the graph will be open to the left. So now the question is just asked us to find the equation. We just need to substitute the values of p back to this equation. Okay, so we need to draw conclusion. Therefore, the equation of parabola is, okay, it's very simple. Okay, y squared equals to 4 times negative 4 over 5x. So which is negative 16 over 5x. So this is the equation of parabola which is satisfied above situation. That's all for today. See you, bye.